What's up, YouTube? It's time to move on from massive hemorrhage to airway, and we're going to do airway and respiratory at the same time because they're pretty simple. Airway. This is your option for airway, unless you're a super cool guy and you've got a bunch of other stuff. This is it. This is the nasal airway. This is a 28 French. It's one of the more common sizes. Yes, you can cut these down. It's probably not a good idea. This works. It's not a secure airway. They can still aspirate and clog the airway. You're not securing anything. You're just making it an option, basically. You're kind of protecting what's there a little bit. So the best option you have is the recovery position, honestly, for airway. Still carry one because I trained how to use them. If you don't know how to use this, for the love of God, don't do it to people. That's one of those things. Recovery position, lay them on their side, arm up, kickstand their body with the other knee, roll them over to the side, and leave them there. Because that's going to open the airway, and if they vomit or aspirate, it's going to come out of their mouth and drain onto the ground and not back into their airway. So, recovery position. I'm not going to demonstrate it here. I don't have a person to demonstrate it with. Maybe I'll do that one day. If you want to see it, let me know, and I'll video that. If not, you can look up recovery position or placing somebody in the recovery position, and they will show it to you. It's really simple, but it's really effective. So, outside of that, now, like I said, short video. Now, moving on. Respiratory. So, that is the box, right? This area. Your lungs are in here. If you get a hole in this, you will have a problem. Most commonly, what that problem is going to be is a sucking chest wound, which will develop a tension pneumothorax, which is where air gets into the thoracic cavity around the lung and basically crushes the lung, because your lungs exist in what's kind of like a vacuum. As soon as you change the air pressure in the inside and it starts drawing air in, it's going to compress and crush that lung. Now, there are some things to look for to know if you have a tension pneumothorax, like tracheal deviation and stuff, but we're not going to go there because that's not really, if you know what tracheal deviation is, odds are you don't need me to tell you. And if you have no idea what it is, I am not going to tell you because I don't need you sticking a needle in somebody's chest. So, chest seals, that's what we're using. Sealing the box. Chest seals are an occlusive dressing that does not let air in. Most of them now are vented, so they will let air out. If you are seeing a trapped air and starting to see some things that don't look right, you can attempt to burp that chest seal, though it can be useful. Usually the vents work, but a lot of times the vents do get clogged with blood and gore and stuff. So when you start talking about a chest seal, the most common chest seal on the market is the Hyphen. So this is the Hyphen Vent Compact. These are great if you're going to do an EDC size deal because they are a lot smaller. Now, I can fold these up. These always come in a 2-pack. Why? Because if you get shot in the chest, you're going to have an entry and an exit wound, more than likely. So you need to patch both holes. You got to find it. So there you go. It's going to come in a twin pack, and they're even labeled like entry exit wound. Okay, these are super small. I can fold these up. It's not going to hurt anything. You can roll up the edges of these. It's not going to hurt anything. You can make them smaller. Hyphen is my favorite. There's a ton of brands out there that you can get into, like an Asherman seal and some other stuff. Halos. I like the Hyphens. The hydrogel that's on these is great. Now, I will tell you this. If you open these up and they stick together, they are done. You will not get them apart. Don't worry about fixing it. You're not going to fix it. It's very important. These will stick to hair. Wipe the surface off and then stick that bitch on there. Rub it in. Make sure it's stuck. That's how you put on a chest seal. Really simple and effective. Now, let's say you accidentally stuck the chest seals together, right? So these are on a plastic backer. Like, these are training chest seals from when we do classes. You can use about any material that is impermeable, which means air can't go through it, to make a chest seal. So in this situation, say I pulled this off and I stuck the chest seal. This is not what these look like, by the way. This is, again, trainer for mannequins. Say all of a sudden that's now stuck to each other. It's useless, but I have this backer. I use my other chest seal, I make sure I get it on there right, and then I go for the other one, and what I will do with this is I will put this over the wound and hold it, or actually, your first thing you do is tear some tape. Don't buy medical tape, duct tape, Gorilla tape, that shit works. Take it, tape it off on 3 sides, leave a little vent so that it can vent itself if you need to. You can even vent up to where it's just got a little bit of a crack, but you need to tape it off. That's your occlusive dressing. Air can't go through that, but you're giving it the option for it to burp. If you're super paranoid that it's going to get sucked into it, seal the whole thing off. Your objective is to get them to a higher level of care quickly. You're just preventing a tension pneumothorax at this point. You are not treating a tension pneumothorax. You are preventing it from either getting worse or for developing at all, depending on how quick you got to it. So again, you can manufacture chest seals, and are they as effective? No, but they are moderately more effective than a manufactured tourniquet, an austere tourniquet. So this is an option. So that is the best way to look at it. For me, it's always going to be the Hyphen Vents. I love Hyphen Vent chest seals. I've used them in real life. I've used them in training. They're always good. They are sticky as hell. They're excellent. Hyphen Vents. You can do the regular Hyphen Vents, which are a lot larger. They're about this big. So for reference here, this is the normal one. Your Hyphen Vents are going to be like that around it. They are far larger. So Hyphen Vents are excellent. These are not expensive. These will set you back, I think, $12 or $14 for a set of 2. You do have to replace this stuff every 3 to 5 years. Like these are good through 2027, so 5 years shelf life on these. But having chest seals is the only real effective ready-made way to seal the box. To, again, prevent a sucking chest wound or prevent a tension pneumothorax from getting worse. That is the only way to do it. You can get some of the training versions. They make a Hyphen Vent training version that is not as sticky. I have used those. These are simu-seals. Work out really good. And if you're working on a dummy of some kind, a mannequin, you can take these off and put them on dozens and dozens of times. It's not going to ruin them. If you stick them to people, body hair is going to get ripped off. It's going to be a little painful, but it is far easier to get them off, and you can reuse them again. Like I said, if something goes wrong, or there's multiple holes, like maybe they got 3 or 4 holes through the chest, and you got to have 2 to fix it, use your backers. I've even heard stories of guys using cellophane off cigarette wrappers. You can do all kinds of stuff. Plastic baggies. You're just looking for something that is air impermeable. You don't want air to be able to get through it. Good tape, frog tape, duct tape, gorilla tape. Use good tape. There you go, guys. Airway. If you don't know how to use this, don't use it. And to be honest, the recovery position is almost as effective. And then you have respiratory system, which would be your chest seals. So guys, there you go. That takes us up to M.A.R. Stay tuned. We'll get to circulation and head injury next. Take care of yourself. Take care of each other. Like and subscribe. Tell a friend. Until next time, guys. I'm out.